Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Please chant with me. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So what did we learn last time?
Paticca samuppada.
So why did we learn that?
I think it was the last part of Tithayatana Sutta.
Last part of the Tithayatana Sutta that Buddha was teaching about the cause of suffering, right?
Yes.
Yes, Bhante.
Cause of suffering is the arranging causes and conditions in as shown in the Paticca Samuppada, right? Cause and effect mechanism. So we were discussing about that. Do you have that link we used last time?
We can put in a chat box too, Bhante.
Do you have?
I think it is in the chat box, Bhante.
It's already there? Where?
In the beginning, I don't know whether Bhante has come in or not, but I did share, Bhante. It's Anguttara Nikaya 3.61.
Okay, so here.
Yes, Bhante.
So we were learning this here. What is the noble truth of the origin of suffering? Buddha teaches, right? So,
Yes.
and so we are learning about how the suffering is originated, suffering is arranged. So this sutta is from the Anguttara Nikaya, Tithayatana Sutta, Sectarian Tenets. So what did we learn last time? We learned about aging and death.
Yes, Bhante.
Then what did we learn? The cause.
Arranging.
The cause for aging and death. Cause of aging and death. Cause of suffering. Why do we cry? Why are we sad? Why we die? Why we get old? Why we get sick, right? Why?
Yes.
Why? Cause of suffering. Buddha taught us. Why?
It's rebirth.
It's the birth. Jati pacchaya jara marana. Cause is the birth. This is very important. We learned about it. Okay, I wanted to teach you something before we learn about the cause of birth. Now we need to learn cause of birth, right? Why do we get reborn? Before we learn that, didn't we talk a little bit about karma as well, Baba?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Bhante.
Okay, so before we go further, I wanted to add something about birth from the teachings of the Buddha, because Bhantes were chanting one of the suttas from the Majjhima Nikaya, and we were chanting a paragraph about birth, more details about birth. At that time, we chanted that few days ago. I wanted to share that with you today, so I remembered, fortunately. That is from a different sutta. The name of the sutta is Mahasihanada Sutta. There's a beautiful explanation about birth there. Okay, I found the sutta. This is the sutta. So this is the Mahasihanada Sutta. I am trying to find that explanation of. Okay, here I found it. So, can you read from here?
Yes, Bante.
Who is going to read?
I would like to read, Bante.
Please go ahead.
Sariputta, there are these 4 kinds of reproduction. What for? Reproduction for creatures born from an egg, from a womb, from moisture, or spontaneously. And what is reproduction from an egg? There are beings who are born by breaking out of an eggshell. This is called reproduction from an egg. And what is reproduction from a womb? There are beings who are born by breaking out the amniotic sac. This is called reproduction from a womb. And what is reproduction from moisture? There are beings who are born in a rotten fish, in a rotten corpse, in rotten dough, in a cesspool or a sump. This is called reproduction from moisture. And what is spontaneous reproduction? Gods, hell beings, certain humans, and certain beings in the lower realms. This is called spontaneous reproduction. These are the 4 kinds of reproduction. When I know and see it this way, suppose someone were to say this: the ascetic Gautama has no superhuman distinction in knowledge and vision worthy of the noble ones. Unless they give out the speech and that thought and let go of that view, they will be cast down to hell.
Yes, rejoice in your reading. So these are the amazing understanding of the Buddha about 4 different ways of beings' birth, the ways beings are reborn. What are those 4 different ways? So
Egg-born.
so let's take Pali of this. How to get Pali? Go here.
Side by side, Bante.
Okay, let's go side by side. These are important Pali words here. Here. So, what is the first way? Andaja. This is the word, Andaja. Andaja means some beings are born from an egg. Some beings are born from an egg. What are those beings? Who are born by breaking out of an eggshell. What are the examples?
Chicken, Bante.
Bird.
Birds. Only birds?
Reptiles.
Turtles.
Turtles. Snakes.
Reptiles.
Reptiles. Snakes.
Insects.
Insects.
Insects, some insects. So that is Andajayoni. Okay, that's the first category. Second category is Jalabhuja. Jalabhuja. Buddha teaches about that. That means the beings born from a womb. From a womb. Okay. What are the examples?
Human beings.
Mammals.
Only humans?
Mammals.
Animals. Most animals.
Some animals also. Most animals. From a
Yeah.
womb. Mother's womb, right?
Yes.
They grow inside the mother's womb. So that's the second category. You think only two categories in the world? Maybe you thought like that before. But now you have to broaden your wisdom with the help of the teachings of the Buddha, because there is a third category, and that is called Sansedaja. Can you read these Pali words? Can you say? Everybody can say loud.
Andaja.
Jalabuja.
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 Samseda.
Samsedaja.
Opa.
Opapatika.
Opa.
So the third one is category Sansedaja. What did Buddha realize about that? Some beings are not born from an egg, nor from a womb, but from how? They are born in a rotten fish. They just appear on rotten fish. Rotten corpse on a dead body, or in a dirty water like sewage. Some, like, what are the example?
Bacteria.
Maggots.
Yeah, worms, not from an egg, not from a womb. They just born there. That is the third category Buddha realized. And normally in this world, the general talking is limited only to these three categories of generations. But Buddha's extraordinary knowledge surpasses every ordinary knowledge. And Buddha realized, interestingly, there is another group of beings. So these are the Pali words for the explanation. So, Satta andakosang abhinibbijja jayanti. That is how Buddha explains about andaja, the beings coming from an egg. Jalabhuja, satta vattikosang abhinibbijja jayanti. That means beings are born in a mother's womb. Jalabhuja means satta puti macheva jayanti, puti kunapeva jayanti, puti kumma seva. That is Sansoidaja. What is the last one?
Spontaneous.
Spontaneous reproduction.
Opapatika. There are some beings, they are not born from a womb, not from an egg. They are not born on rotten fish, or like they are not included in the moisture-born generation. But the first three generations of beings we can see with our naked eye. So people accept that the beings are born. Yes, true. Beings are born in these different ways. We can see them. But because people cannot see with their physical eyes, they don't believe this one, Opapatika. What is that? Spontaneous generation means all the other beings that are not born from an egg, not born from a womb, not born on moisture, but they are born. How?
By reproduction. By
Spontaneous.
They just reappear like that, Bante.
Yeah.
Gods, hell beings, and certain humans, and certain beings in the lower realms, but certain humans.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, exactly.
That is very remarkable.
Would that qualify for like a Buddha taking birth?
No, Buddha is
Then-
always born, comes into the second category, womb.
Okay, so then certain
So Bante,
humans. Oh,
so
I
Bante, what
know.
are the causes and
Petas.
conditions?
Yeah. Okay, I got
See
it.
the gods. Gods, they are not grow inside an egg or a womb. A full featured body with all the limbs. They are just appear in heaven. You understand?
Yes, Bante.
No time to, there's no time taking to grow inside an egg or a womb. Let's say our parents, our relatives, our brothers, sisters, if they lived like that Lakuma's life, keeping 5 precepts, 8 precepts, generous, respecting the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, understanding the Four Noble Truths, they die, okay? One day they die, and you see the dead body. As soon as the consciousness is released from this body, that person will have full, like all the features of the body as a matured, with a matured body, as a matured being, that person at the same instant when that person dies here will be reborn as a god or goddess. That
So
is,
Bante, that would include the non-returners too in the 5 pure abodes, Agana?
yes, yeah, all the
non-returners?
Brahmas,
All are-
all
okay.
the Brahmas are included.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, that's powerful. Isn't that a very good benefit? Because isn't it painful to grow inside a mother's womb?
Yeah, yes, Bante.
Yeah, that's definitely. And takes time and stay there for months, right? And sometimes if the mother is not careful enough or mindful enough, the baby dies inside the womb, right? So many problems before coming out of the womb.
Bante, I've heard a bodhisattva from many years ago. Well, it's Tibetan Chinese Buddhism. So they have it in the scriptures. They said that there is a bodhisattva that was born from lotus flower, and when he was born, and he is and he is a bodhisattva, and then eventually also got enlightened. Yeah, I think that,
When we read the past lives of the Buddha, we don't come across such a story. Buddha was always born, like sometimes Buddha was born, Buddha to be, Bodhisattva means Buddha to be, okay, before he became the Buddha. Sometimes he was born as an animal, okay. He's like an ordinary animal, coming from the womb of the animal mother. And then sometimes he was a human being and always from a mother. And this life also he was born as a being in the second category, born from Jalabhuja category. That means born from mother's womb. Okay, so so we are talking about the fourth category. So in that category, Brahmas, Devas, deities, gods, goddesses, all of them are included in the fourth category. No time taking, okay? And so gods, Brahmas, we know that they are in that category. What are the other beings? This is very important. That's why I wanted to share that.
Hell beings.
beings,
Go
hell.
Hell beings.
Some hell beings, yeah.
Not some hell beings.
All
the
hell
hell
beings.
beings.
All hell
Okay.
beings.
All the hell beings. All hell beings. Okay. Because some people say, there is no special world called hell. You see these poor people, they are the hell beings in the human world. So
And
okay.
Petas too, right, Bante? All the Petas?
Yeah, let's go back to the explanation. Okay, here. So here, you see here, certain beings in lower realms, that's the Petas, ghosts. So what happens is, if our relative or somebody dies here, and if that person was evil, breaking precepts, harming others, angry, greedy, and all these bad qualities, the person dies here, and the body is there. At the same instant, the consciousness is released from the body, and we conclude, okay, person is just passed away. And next moment, you may see that person in the corner of the same room. No time, not even a second. That is spontaneous birth. That means your relative has been born as a ghost, as a demon, or that person will be in this under the same bed that his dead body is lying. That's spontaneous, opapathic.
They call it the earthbound spirits.
We call ghosts Peta.
Yeah.
Peta or demons, lower realm beings. That's not a good birth. That's not a happy end of life. That's a miserable place. And Buddha teaches majority of human beings stop there after death. They end up in the ghost world. Majority of human beings, the rest of the human beings they end up in animal mothers' wombs. Next life, when they start as an animal. And majority of human beings, when they start their next life, they start in hell. The truth that is hidden in our lives is bitter. It's not sweet. Buddha teaches only a very few human beings after death are reborn in a happy place, either in human world or heavenly world.
So that spontaneous reproduction
That is spontaneous.
Would that be a spontaneous reproduction of a ghost? Would that be in the ghost world or on Earth?
Yeah. Even though they are born, we see them in our house, still we called it the ghost world. They categorized as a different world. Like there are animals, like they are in our compound, in our house, inside our house, but we call animal world.
I see.
Like that. It's a ghost world.
And would that be a physical being, a tangible being?
Yeah, it's a physical being, but the body is subtle. Some people can see, like the people with who have like special knowledge, who have developed the minds, like the Buddha, liberated monks and nuns, can see ghosts. They can see the ghosts are like floating in the sky, their bodies are burning, or some creatures are chasing after them and stabbing, and they can see. Very rarely some humans can see, but in general we cannot see.
So Bhante, what would be the causes and conditions for a spontaneous birth in the human world? And would that be a good thing or bad thing?
That's no difference. It's like whatever the karma you need to be born as a human being, the karma, we don't know the karma is whether there is a specific karma to be born as a, so here we go here. So certain humans are also born including in this category. So here Pali, Opapatika, Deva, gods, Neraika, hell beings, Ekachesha Manusa. Not all the Manusas. We know in general Manusas are born in mother's womb. Ekachesha means certain, very rarely. Ekachesha Vinipatika and some low realm beings. Yeah, we don't know specifically is there specific karma to be born as a spontaneous human being. We don't know, but we know some examples. Ambapali, she was a prostitute, and she later gave up that life and became a nun near the Buddha, and attained enlightenment. She became a liberated nun, and she was born as a spontaneous girl. That means no father, no mother. So how do we know? How do you know that somebody has born as a spontaneous being, especially a human being? Do we know?
I'm hoping you're going to tell us. I'm hoping you're going to tell us.
No, we don't know. We don't know. We don't know, because maybe some people find a baby on a street, and we conclude, oh, mother left the baby.
Mhm.
That's how we conclude. But in reality, there is no mother, no father. It's a spontaneous human being, just appear. Very rarely, okay? Very rarely, but there is no way we can know them. And you know, we don't know, we want to know it. Like it's okay. What we have to understand here is the focus here. The main thing I wanted to point out this, and also we are talking about the cause of suffering. Okay, cause of aging, sickness, death, and all these marks of suffering. Cause is birth, right? And when we understand that, Buddha wanted his disciples to understand about birth in full. That's why he taught there are 4 different ways of generation. So the bottom line is, whatever way you are born, from a womb, from an egg, on moisture, spontaneously, doesn't matter. The ending story is old age, sickness, and death. That's all we want to understand. With this, we understand very important things. Some people think, okay, the womb-born generation, that means that we are born as humans. This is impermanent. This is changing. This is temporary. But if you're born as a god, you are going to be permanent, everlasting, eternal. But here, when we understand the cause and effect mechanism, we understand jati pachaya jara marana. Where there is a birth, as a god, as a Brahma, as a creator, as an animal, as a ghost, as a demon, any form of birth, what is the result? Aging, sickness,
Death.
death. This is the powerful knowledge a noble disciple gains. So is there a permanent, if we say there are permanent gods, that means they are not aging, they are not getting sick, they are not dying. But if we understand the cause and effect mechanism the Buddha realized as the truth of the world, as the natural law of the world, is there such a life that is not subject to change? Is there such a life?
No.
No, because whatever form of birth will end up in death. Isn't that a very unique knowledge that the followers of the Buddha gain? It's a unique knowledge. Majority of the world has a totally different view about it. So we should understand the problem is not external, it's not outside. It's the problem of our rebirth, repeated birth, repeated birth. This is the problem. So we are going to learn how to stop birth in the next Deep Dharma class. Okay. So
Oh, we can't wait, Bante.
so the next Saturday is our like Indonesian house program. I think is Juju's house, our Kalyanamita Juju's house. But you are welcome to join. Everybody is welcome to join. We learn the same suttas. And also we give opportunity for some kids to read suttas and especially to share merit with Juju's family. So you can call, join the Deep Dhamma like link. You can click on the same link like today, but somebody will lead you to the other program. It's from a different link. Okay.
Bante, what time is that program?
Same time, 4 to 6.
On Saturday?
Yeah, on next Saturday.
But you won't be there.
Sorry?
You're not going to be teaching, Bante.
A monk, one of the monks.
Okay, okay. We miss you.
No, maybe me, maybe myself.
Okay.
Who knows? I am one of the monks too.
Yes, I know. But you teach really well.
So
Thank
one of
you,
the monks,
Bante. Thank you.
the monks will be there. So any questions before we ask Aina to do the merit sharing?
Just one question, Bante. For the non-returners, that's their last birth. So once they're born in the Avihas, they just attain final Nibbana from there. So they probably also are spontaneously born old age. And is there sickness with them as well? Or how does
They get sick too. All the beings get sick.
And then they pass away to Nibbana from that
going to be
state.
their final life.
Okay. Yeah.
But the way of their like getting sick or aging, it's different from because they don't have a gross body like humans. They have a subtle body.
Yeah.
And if you read that sutta is the name of the sutta is Pubbha Nimitta Sutta. Pubbha Nimitta means the signs before passing away of gods. So how other gods get to know that a certain god is about to pass away from heaven?
Right.
Is that that's in the Kuddaka Nikaya, that sutta in the Iti Uttaka, okay? Iti Uttaka.
Okay.
The other gods notice that in this certain god's body, the sweat is coming from arms, pits.
Yeah.
They notice that. And the other thing is the flower garlands that the god is wearing starts to wither.
Yeah.
And the face of that god is kind of sad.
Yeah.
And he doesn't find happiness anymore with the divine pleasures. So then other gods notice, oh, there is a difference in this god.
Yeah.
Then they come to conclusion that he is about to pass away.
Yeah.
That's how they know.
Yeah. But we can cultivate that right here and now. The impermanence and the suffering, so that we can completely attain awakening if we can possibly do that. It's a long process, but it is doable. Yeah.
Yeah, like for some people, it's not a long process.
Yes, depends on the person. You're right. It all depends on their merits. I agree.
Yeah, some people it's just for one day process.
Yeah, it's true.
Some people for
very few though, Bante. Very few.
For some people, many years. For some people, many years.
Many lifetimes. Yeah.
For some people, few lives.
Yeah.
But it's, as you said, it's a practical path. It's a doable. Yeah. It's not impossible.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
But what is
what is the average lifespan
span of the gods.
Oh, it's different in different heavens and different Brahma worlds.
Yeah, that's a whole nother sutta.
Yeah, it's a different sutta. You can read Visa. You can read about it. You know the amazing thing is there are answers for all the questions
Everything, yes.
in these suttas. That's the amazing thing.
Mhm.
One last,
And- yeah.
Abante, sorry. The Buddha talk about purgatory. Well, did he
Yeah.
mention? Yeah, I mean, the Catholics talk about purgatory, which is in between, which is not hell and not ghost. I'm not so sure how to explain that.
Oh, basically, it's we learn like read the Buddha's teachings that as soon as somebody passes away, that person takes rebirth according to the karma in any of the so the sutta that we were talking about, it's mentioned here about next time we can learn about 5 destinations. See here, 5 destinations: hell, animal realm, ghost realm, humanity, and the gods. So those are the basic places to be reborn. As soon as the person dies, the person will be reborn in any of those 5 destinations instantly.
So no mention
no-
of purgatory.
In between time,
Because
No.
Catholic, they talk about it.
but that's another form of life. Always life.
Okay, thank you.
But the people who commit suicide, where they will be reborn?
Most probably in a miserable place. Because they die with a negative mind, clouded mind, or hateful mind, regretful mind. Those are all negative qualities, basically. It's a very, very dangerous thing. Don't do that. Don't ever do it, okay?
And Bhante, with them that do suicide, do they do they have to come back and still face whatever they were running from anyways? Like, don't that karma that they haven't brought to an ending, won't it just come back in another life also?
It comes not in an ordinary way, multiplied way. Because why multiplied way? They lost the precious human birth. They missed it. And then most probably they are born in a miserable place. So the suffering is multiplied. This is the lack of knowledge. This is the ignorance of some humans. They think, okay, all these problems is because I am living. If I end this life, no problems. That's a complete ignorance. When we end this life forcefully like that, the suffering starts instantly in the next life. Apart from following the Noble Eightfold Path, there is no other solution to end suffering.
Bhante, the birth,
Bhante, I have.
Mhm.
Sorry, go ahead.
in that situation, the birth is still based on arranging of karma, right?
Yes, arranging of karma. Always birth is based on arranging of karma. Ray?
Bhante, I got one last question. So I've been following Buddhism for probably 4 years now, and something that I've followed and watched is that the monks hold a lot of precepts. They have a great wisdom. Like listening to you have the answers for any question and all that. So
No,
what
not me.
separates-
I don't have answers. It's I copy from Buddha's
Well,
teaching.
I know, but you have a lot of wisdom of the Buddha's teachings and practice. So what separates that from an arahant? What makes the difference between that and an arahant? What does an arahant realize that a monk hasn't
Oh,
to go that further?
yeah, Lux. So it based on so many qualities. Like a monk can just be a preacher. Okay, the monk can just be a preacher, and he can still break precepts, and he will have so many wrong views, so many bad qualities, but he can still teach the Dhamma. So that's a different story. But as an Arahant, we can talk about the Sutta one day. We can discuss about the Arahant's life. We can learn beautiful things, how they fulfill all the wholesome qualities, how they complete the practice of the Noble Eightfold. Okay, so their lives, all the wholesome qualities like compassion, gratitude, patience, generosity, kindness, gratitude, humility, well, whatever we talk, good quality we talk about are found in the Arahant's life. And their minds are concentrated. They have attained jhanas. They have realized the truth of life. They don't cry. There is no sadness in their minds. There is no attachment to anything. So many beautiful qualities in Arahant's life. Actually, if you like to learn about their lives, how they think, how they live, there is a place you can go. You think you have to book a flight and purchase an air ticket? Okay, the place is, you go to here, you go here. You type suttafriends.org and you click on the 3 dots and you scroll down and you go to Theragatha. Can you see?
Yeah.
Theragatha, you go here and you see, and you will see about their lives. You will understand more about their lives. These are only a very few Arahants who lived in the time of the Buddha. See all of these names. See, this is Rahul. This Rahul means Buddha's son. This is about him. So like that, you can learn more about their lives. Okay.
Thank you, Buddha.
Yeah.
Bante, just one last question. I'm sorry.
No
About dreams. Until what point dreams can be effective in terms of unconscious mental state? Meaning, is there any part of the dream that it is true? Let's say, for example, a situation between two people, and you see yourself that is you're suffering or you're crying. Is it possible that what you see in dream is an actual mental state in the present?
Dreams, right?
Correct.
Yes. Okay. So some dreams, nothing to do with our lives. Those are the dreams we often have. Okay. So that means we don't need to worry too much about dreams, because the 99% of the dreams we have nothing to do with our lives and no impact or nothing. Okay. So because some people, they see some fighting and killing, scary things in dream, they completely apply it to their lives and they think, oh, I had a really bad dream last night and I don't know what is going to happen to me, and they completely they sacrifice their precious time or the good positive things to that unnecessary dream. Okay, so we shouldn't do that. In the most cases, if we had a dream, we should forget it. No need to talk about it, no need to think about it, no need to take it seriously. Okay, that's a very important question that we have never talked about these dreams, I think, before. But we can learn more. We have information, but that's not the case with all the dreams. some dreams teach us something, give us some signals about life. Examples. Some people see their dead relatives in dreams. So those dreams, not all of and in dream, they request some things. They give some messages. You see, sometimes you feel that your departed relatives is very hungry, thirsty, and a painful life. And then people come to Bantes, and when they say that, normally we say, you better, maybe some of your departed relatives are asking help, so better you cook something, you prepare some meal and offer it to the Sangha and share it with your departed relatives. Okay, so that kind of dreams we take seriously. Okay, as monks we take seriously. Some dreams, like the Buddha to be had, just before he attained enlightenment, one day Buddha had a dream. And it's about a prediction. Buddha had actually 5 dreams there, five things he saw. And later he realized the meaning of that my dream I had just before the enlightenment is this. After he attained enlightenment, he describes. So that means some dreams show us some predictions, things that are going to happen in future. For that, in India, back in the times, they had dream readers. They had a subject. We go to them and we say, I had a dream like this. Is there something to do with my life? Is something going to happen in future? And they would read it. They had that knowledge. And they would say, okay, there's a meaning of this dream. This is what is going to happen in the future. So if you like not that to happen, you have to do this. And they would say that. But at present, it's very difficult. It's nearly impossible to categorize dreams, right? Whether they are about our future, things like that. So did that answer your question?
Yes, thank you, Bante. Thank you.
Good. Because we see sometimes, especially like when people have bad dreams, they take unnecessarily seriously. They call their friends and explain and all these things. Sometimes things happen where our mind is occupied during the day, and we have those dreams, things in dream. We see the same thing in dream.
Yes.
So things like that. So basically, as monks, okay, I will tell you about how monks live. One of the ways, like we rarely talk about the dreams we have. Very rarely. But normally lay people like to talk about dreams, right? Don't they? I think it's a normal thing.
Yes,
Yes.
Do you agree with me that they take dreams unnecessarily seriously?
sometimes, Bhante, yes.
Yes,
Yeah, I
Bhante.
think there is some.
Normally they talk about it.
Huh?
Especially the negative ones, we give
Yeah.
more importance to.
Okay, so stop
Normally
doing
they
it
talk
from today, okay? Stop doing it from today.
Yes, Bhante.
That's a good thing.
Namo
It's a
Buddhaya.
complicated topic, no clear like answers, so it's better. Yes. And also if you have like very bad dreams, like you see blood and killing and some snakes chasing after you in dreams, and you're so scary, you wake up and you scream. One reason maybe for that is because you went to bed with an angry mind.
Mm.
Okay, so go to bed with a calm, peaceful, compassionate mind, and you see the difference. Okay.
Or always think of the Buddha
Oh,
before
that's
you
a good
sleep.
way to go to bed.
Always think of the Buddha. And waking up also think of the Buddha.
Yeah.
First
So
thought.
those kind of
Must.
people, like if they go to bed with a peaceful mind, thinking about the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, one's precepts, good qualities, thinking about the, like, you know, with a compassionate mind for others, forgiving mind for others, they will rarely have bad dreams. Very rarely. It's like very, very rarely. Buddha teaches that in the Mittanisansa Sutta. And they will sleep peacefully. They will wake up peacefully. That's a very important thing for life. That's very rare in the world. You know, good sleep is very rare. They have people who take so many pills, medicine. They take so many medicine to sleep. But if you meditate, metta meditation, if you develop good qualities, you don't need those pills. You can save some money. Okay. Sadhu, sadhu. Okay, so Aina, can you? I think we collected the powerful good karma, Chandra family,
Okay.
and we collected powerful good karma today. You
Bante.
invited Bantes respectfully to conduct the program, and also friends joined, and
Yeah.
we collected
Sorry,
lots of.
Bante. Before we sharing marriage, I just received a message from my niece.
Mm-hmm.
She has one important question to ask Bante.
Mm-hmm.
But because she does worry somebody talk to her about this and that. So maybe I will be let them talk to Bante directly. So please Bante guide them to understand the real thing.
Yeah, you give them the monastery phone number.
They are going to ask the question now, Bante.
Oh, now, eh?
Yeah. Okay.
How about later?
I think that is okay if they can ask now, Bante.
Okay.
Okay, Juliana or Julius, who wants to ask Bante directly?
Namo Buddhaya, Bante.
Namo Buddhaya.
What we want to ask is, we heard from friends that says they can see the ghost world. And after my mother passed away, my sister asked the person.
She sent her photo and then she said that
my mother is born in Peta. So what we want to ask is, can we see if my mother is already born in where, and how to, if can, how to do that, so we can really sure if mother is born in which world.
Question is clear.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So, no, we cannot see. We cannot say. We cannot conclude like that. We cannot conclude like that, because it's a special knowledge to see where the beings has been reborn. It's a special knowledge. What is the name of that knowledge? It's called Chutupapatanyana. The knowledge to see death and rebirth of beings according to karma. Buddha had knowledge. Some arahants, only some arahants, enlightened monks had that knowledge, and that's a very rare knowledge. One has to follow the Noble Eightfold Path very seriously to get that knowledge. Jhanas, meditation, and all these things to get that knowledge. So basically, it's not it's not easy to know where our mother, our father, our relative, our brother, our sister has been reborn. It's not easy. It's not easy to understand. It's sometimes there are some signals, some signals, some people, they try to conclude, but it's not a good, always it's not a successful conclusion. And but like, okay, even a very evil person, let's say, okay, serial killer, okay, and like doing all the bad things, killing so many people, you cannot say that he's in hell now after his death. You cannot say, because he was doing all those evil things in this life. When he dies, you don't know which karma is deciding his rebirth. There is a long history of karma, not only in this life. There are so many other karma done in past lives. So when somebody dies, this is not applicable for the people who have attained the stages of enlightenment, okay? The people who have attained the stages of enlightenment are definitely, they are free from all the miserable worlds. The karma to be reborn in a miserable plane is deleted. That field is no more there in this people who have attained the stages of enlightenment. Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, Arahant. We are talking about not them, we are talking about the ordinary people who have not yet at least entered the path. Okay. And when they die, let's say this evil person and he is dying, okay, we think, okay, definitely this person will be born in hell. That's our conclusion with our limited knowledge. But Buddha's knowledge in the Maha Kamma Vibhanga Sutta, in the Majjhima Nikaya, Buddha says some people, the evil people, even evil people, when they die, Buddha says that person is a god. That person has been reborn as a god or goddess in heaven. Now Buddha can see that person is in heaven. What is this? And Buddha teaches that person was reborn in heaven because of a previous karma, good karma. There was a previous good karma in his life. Because when somebody dies, there is nobody to decide, okay, which karma should give him rebirth next. He has a mixture of karma, right? Mixture of good and bad, okay? Who is deciding? There's no one to decide. It's a natural law. So when this evil person dies, some good karma in his past lives came into effect and it brought him to the heaven. But Buddha teaches the result of all the bad karma he did in this life is not deleted. It will follow in his future lives after heavenly life. Okay?
Okay.
Same, like, isn't that a good example that we humans, ordinary humans, cannot conclude where somebody has reborn? Isn't it a good example? Yeah, we cannot say where our mother has been reborn. We cannot say. Nobody can say, except the Buddha and those arahants with extraordinary knowledge. But if we know that our parents lived with the Dhamma, in line with the Dhamma, with precepts, very generous, with a good knowledge of Four Noble Truths, then we know that definitely it's also according to the knowledge of the Buddha. Those kind of people are like, heaven is for them, basically. Heaven is for them. Human world is for them. So we know that we say, like, I think our mother is maybe in a human world or a heavenly world, because she has all these good qualities. She was keeping precepts, 8 precepts, generous, honest, and very loyal to the husband. And he was very respectful to the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. then we say, okay, maybe in heaven or human world, my mother. Not even, that's like, not sure whether in heaven or human world, but we say like that. It's because of the good qualities she had as a follower of the Buddha. She lived, right? Is that a clear answer for Chandra family?
Yes, Bante. So whether what the person say about our mother, whether it is
Yeah.
true or not,
Don't take it.
whether
Don't take
it
it.
is true,
Don't
whether
take
it,
it. Yeah.
yeah,
Just
whether it is true,
tell. No, you cannot say my mother is a ghost. No, you cannot say. Don't
yeah,
say that. Tell that person. Don't say that. Don't say that again. You cannot say that my mother is a ghost. You say maybe my mother is in heaven. Heaven. You say that.
yes,
It's maybe possible. You say no. Okay. You think my mother in the ghost world as a Peta? No, I think my mother is in heaven.
yes.
Right? We don't know. We don't know how this karma comes into effect. Okay.
Anumodana Bante.
Okay.
So, ya, Novita sudah jelas, Novita sudah paham, Novita sudah puas dengan jawaban Bante.
Ulang.
Ya.
Tolong jelaskan ulang.
Okay. Baik. Anumodana Bante. So now, the Chandra family, they already prepare water, and I myself also prepare water for the sharing merit Bantes.
Okay, so first read the post with her name.
Okay, I will say.
And then I will chant the verses, and everybody can chant together. Okay, ready? Are you ready?
Yes, Bante, ready.
Yeah, I know. Maybe Chandra family can, yes, respond, yes.
Okay.
Yes, Bante, ready.
Okay, good. So today we collected lots of merit, and first we like to like observing precepts, practicing meditation, listening to the Dhamma, discussing the Dhamma, reading the Dhamma, and organizing these programs, helping each other in many ways. So we share all the good karma with the elder sister of Aina Lim, Lim Ai Chin. She passed away on February 11th in Indonesia. So Lim family, Chandra family, Barry Duggan want to share merit with Lim Ai Chin. So everybody chant this verse. Say after me. Idam me nyati nang hotu. Sukita hontu nyatayo.
Sukita hontu natayo.
Idam me nyati nang hotu.
Idam me nati nang hotu.
Sukita hontu nyatayo.
Sukita hontu natayo.
Idam me nyati nang hotu.
Idam me nati nang hotu.
Sukita hontu nyatayo.
Sukita hontu natayo.
Sadhu. We also share merit with all the departed relatives who passed away. May they have happiness, peace, and the opportunity to listen to the Dhamma and escape from suffering. Say sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu.
We share merit with all the devas. May all the devas rejoice in this merit. May they help all of us to follow the Dhamma path peacefully. We share merit with our teacher Loku Swami Nohanse, who translated the entire Sutta Pitaka into simple single language, and who translated so many other Buddhist books, and who teaches us the Dhamma out of compassion. and who helps us doing all these meritorious projects. We share merit with our teacher, Lokuswami Mahase.
Sadhu, sadhu,
Sadhu, sadhu.
And we share merit with all of you, with Aina and Chandra family especially, and with all the Kalyana Mittas. May you, all of you enjoy long life with your children and enjoy good health, happiness, peace. May you keep your precepts peacefully, develop the Noble Eightfold Path, and attain stages of enlightenment, and attain the true happiness, Nibbana.
sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu.
Okay, so I'm going to chant verses of blessings. Abhivadana Silis, Nichang Vada Pachayano, Chattaro Dhamma Vadabdi, Ayuvanu Sukambala, Ayuraru Sampatti, Sagga Sampatti Miyaj, Atoni Bar Sampatti, Iminate Saminjatu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu.
To worship Bhante, say after me. Okaswandami Bhante,
Okasawandami.
Maya Katam Punyang,
Maya katam punyam.
Samina Anumoditabang,
Samina anumoditabang.
Samina Katam Punyang,
Samina katam punyam.
Mayanda Tabang,
Maiham databang.
Sad Sadhu Anumodami,
Sadhu, sadhu, anumodami.
Okasadwaratina,
Okasadwaratena.
Katan Sabang Achyang,
Katam sabam atayam.
Amatame Bhante,
Kamatame bante.
Okas Kamami Bhante, Dutiyampi Okas Kamami Bhante, Satyampi Okas Kamami Bhante. Sukhi May the triple gem bless you all. Namo Buddhaya.
Nama Buddhaya. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
So what is the time in Indonesia now?
6:43.
In the morning.
6:43.
6 o'clock?
6:40 a.m.
6:43 a.m.
Okay, very good time to listen to Dhamma.
Yes, very good. Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah, so okay, especially we saw you for the first time today, and so we bless you wholeheartedly. Please understand this is a very precious human life. So read the Dhamma, listen to the Dhamma talks, okay?
Okay, hopefully
Learn the Dhamma, practice the Dhamma, and use this precious, very precious opportunity, okay?
yes, hopefully can hear Bhante Dhamma next time. Thank you, Bhante.
Namo
Nama
Buddhaya.
Buddha. So,
Bhante, thank you.
Bhante Jivananda, thank you very much to give the opportunity for my family. May Bhante be well and healthy. Anumodana Bhante.
Sukhi
Bhante. Be safe, Bhante. Be safe.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very much.
Namo Buddhaya, Bhante.
Namo Buddhaya.
Buddhaya
See you
Bhante
next week.
Anumodana. Namo Buddhaya Bhante.
Namo Buddhaya Bhante.
Namo Buddhaya Swaminathan.